All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going. For question number 4, the part that I want you looking at is the paragraph. It's got orange around it there at the very top, and it says, social media can be helpful for children in a lot of ways. Interacting with others through websites such as Facebook and Twitter can be much easier for introverted kids than in-person interactions, while providing the same benefits. Social media can also help create community among people who have things in common. For example, Facebook has several support groups for people who suffer from chronic illnesses such as epilepsy and diabetes. Preteens with these conditions might have trouble finding an in-person support group to join. Social media websites can provide the kind of supportive environment they need. Question number 4. Looking at that paragraph, will you please tell me what is one benefit of preteens being on social media? Now, this is not from your experience. This is not from your opinion. This is not from something your neighbor says. This is from that particular paragraph. I need you to look for answers in the articles, in the stories, in the chapters we read. So look at that paragraph that's there on your screen with the orange block around it and give me one benefit of preteens being on social media. Remember, answer it with a complete answer, putting part of the question in the answer. One benefit of preteens being on social media is question 4. Next thing I want you looking at is the next thing that I have highlighted there on your screen. This says counterpoint. In the beginning, remember it said, the part I highlighted said preteens should be on social media. And I told you, okay, this means what we're going to read right now is going to give us all the reasons why, or at least a chunk of reasons why, people younger than 13 should be on social media. Now I have highlighted where it says social media is dangerous to preteens. So again, whether you agree or disagree, yes, that matters. But for this article, it doesn't matter. For this article, it is now going to show you why social media is dangerous for preteens. This might change your opinion. It might not. But your brain now knows because you read it. Okay? This part of the article is now going to talk about why social media, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, why those things are not good for people younger than 13. This is called the con. The pro. Pro means supportive and for. Pro, that's what we read first, why social media is good. Now we're going to read the cons, why someone might disagree. I want you looking, please, at the paragraph underlined in orange. It says, the obesity epidemic in our nation is already a serious problem. Several programs have been instituted to get children exercising outdoors and away from the television set and the computer. Sanctioning social media usage for preteens would be adding just another obstacle to keeping preteens outdoors and active. Question number 5. I want to know if you personally agree or disagree with this statement. Do you agree that allowing, encouraging, saying it's okay for children under 13, sorry, not children, for people under 13, it's fine if they're on social media. Get them on TikTok, get them on making YouTube, let them have their own Instagram accounts. Do you think that will increase the number of overweight children we have because they're just sitting around, they're just on their phones or their computers, they're not getting outside and being active? Do you agree or disagree? Give a full answer. I agree that having preteens on social media is bad because blah, blah. Or I disagree and think that it's fine for kids to be on social media because, and then give me your answer. Full answer. Question 5. By the way, there are only 5. There are only 8. Only 8. Only 8. You're on 5. Question 6, another vocabulary word. There it is in bold, nice and dark and fat looking at you. The word is revenue. The sentence is, however, talking about people on Facebook. However, their main goal is to boost market share by increasing advertising revenue. Revenue. If I go to the dollar store and I buy candy bars for 50 cents, and I then sell them to my students for $2 each, if I go get the yummy Pop-Tarts and I buy a big, huge box from at Costco and I sell them to other teachers' students for a lot of money, I'm going to make a lot of revenue. If I've explained it that way, what do you think revenue means? Question 6. All right, stink bugs. 2 more questions. Take a look at this paragraph, please. Now, remember, this is talking about why social media is negative for younger people. Along the same lines, preteens are also susceptible to body image and self-esteem issues. The reliance on photos and the shallowness of online relationships can foster these issues, lowering the self-worth of preteens. Most social media websites make it easy to use pictures instead of words to convey information. And this superficial approach to friendship can make it difficult for adolescents to form deeper relationships. So the idea is when so much of social media is picture, but not really conversation, you can Photoshop the images, you can use filters, that's damaging younger people's self-image, their view of themselves. It's not creating strong and deep relationships. Do you have any experience with that? That's question 7. Do you have any experience with what you see in advertising or what you see on social media impacting what you think of yourself or what you think of others? Full answer. Yes, I have experience with this when, and share it if you're comfortable sharing it, or no, I have no experience with this. The question is, do you have any experience with this? So your answer needs to be, yes, I have experience with this, and if you're comfortable, share it, or no, I do not have experience with this. That is question, get it in the camera. Question 7, please. Question 7. I do want to point out, very beginning of the article, there was a sentence that was big and fatter. It was in bigger font, the size of the letters, and it was a sentence taken from the middle of the article. A lot of times magazines will do that. They'll take a sentence from the middle of the article that they think is really interesting or important, and they'll put it at the top of the article, and that's what this one is. I'm going to repeat it to you. Once something is posted on the internet, it remains there forever. Even after you take it down, it might resurface later, even if you don't want it to. So just pointing out to you that a lot of times when you see a sentence at the very beginning of something, even before it has the title, if you read that sentence and keep it there in your brain, you're probably going to read it again later in the article. A lot of magazine writers will do that to help you remember what is most important. And now the very last question. It's not the very last sentence in the article, but it is the last question for you. The advent of cyberbullying shows that preteens and even teenagers are often not quite mature enough to understand how their behavior can affect others. Cyberbullying is rampant among young Facebook users. The final question is, do you agree or disagree that younger people, preteens, teenagers, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, don't understand how their bullying can really hurt others? So do you agree that people realize what their bullying can do and they still do it? Or do you think, yeah, you know what? I guess people don't really realize how much bullying can hurt others. So do you agree with this statement in the article that teenagers are not quite mature enough to understand bullying, or do you disagree? Answer your full question. Yes, I agree that teenagers do not understand how bad bullying is. Or no, I do not agree, and I think teenagers do understand. If you wish to share any personal experiences, you're absolutely welcome to. But the question is, do you think teenagers understand the problems of bullying? Ladies and gentlemen, that's question number 8. Nice job. Appreciate your work. You guys are awesome.